Hello everyone and welcome back to another PolyTitans showcase game. This time we're bringing you another game from Arthur, who is going to be this Yadak in the east corner, and his opponent in the north corner is Bara on Chin Chi. Let's see what happens in this game. Without further ado, let's get straight into things. First of all, Arthur opening into the center with Yadak. Nice road, going to be able to find multiple villages, but look at those forge spots for Bara. We will highlight those in a moment. Take a look at those beautiful 2 level 3 forge spots overlapping with the mines. But Arthur, nice opening, has fruit on all cities, is going to be able to level them all up either with roads or just using the fruit themselves. So nice flexibility in the opening. Yadak going to be able to play aggressive as they like to do, especially against Chin Chi. Gonna get this early explorer as well, sees those borders early and that terrain, knows Chin Chi is close, and is going to meet Bara here. Going to see most of the middle of the map as well. And look at this. Got another close village to capital. That is a really, really nice front line that you like to see, especially when your opponent's capital is so close. And now we're going to see some early exchanges with the warriors. Looks like Arthur is going to be able to get the upper hand here because has the unit advantage, and with roads going to be able to send more units to the front lines. But that is not stopping Bara, who is working towards that early giant and has the ruin in the corner. Additionally, looking at another ruin and a village. Not quite going to be able to contest the east, but those 2 warriors are going to create a problem for Arthur, who wants to hold on to that east village as much as possible. But this explorer is going to go awry. Explorer really wanted to grab at least a lighthouse or maybe something else of value, but is unable to. Now we are seeing hunting for Arthur, working towards either forestry or maybe archery. Both seem great here, especially when you see that level 3 forge spot. You know the giants are coming. And now we're going to see that competition for the East City, but Smithery for Bara. The giant is coming this turn, and it's not just one, ladies and gentlemen, no. That Bark of Fortune going in his second city, and here comes the second giant on turn 7. Arthur's C2 is under so much pressure already. Gonna have to deal with 2 oncoming giants, and that cap giant is probably going towards the east. So what is Arthur going to do? Archery. Yes, this is why you get hunting, ladies and gentlemen. If you are Yadak, going into archery against Chin Chi, going to be able to fight back against the early giants, especially when you don't have your own. And take a look at this, also expanding into this west side. This nice peninsula on the lake is going to give Arthur maybe some extra cities. Could work towards Grand Bazaar here. But now we're seeing Bara transitioning into hunting, right? Wants to get forestry, wants to get that second wave of giants, and especially with that pop ruin, is going to be working towards that second giant in capital. But Arthur's not giving up. No, no, no. Arthur is going to play this out. Look at that beautiful preemptive road placement. It's so subtle, ladies and gentlemen. But Arthur is setting up for Grand Bazaar. And why does Arthur want Grand Bazaar? Well, Arthur has everything he needs next turn to also get a giant in capital, and that is the only way he's going to hang on to that city. And take a look, 34 HP giant. No hope of unsieging this if you are Arthur. But what do you have? You have 2 monuments coming down this turn. If you can place them both in that city, you get a giant pop. Hang on to that city for another turn. You've got your own giant coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, Arthur has a plan, and he's up cities in the position, which is what you need if you are Yadak and you want to hang on against an early giant play from Chin Chi. And there we go, both of the monuments coming down. Arthur's grabbing both of the cities in the west as well. Going to be up several cities in this position for a good amount of time. Maybe not quite up economy just yet. And getting archers is Bara, so the pressure is mounting for Arthur. But if he can find something, if he can find some reprieve in this position, Explorer coming out looking for that Eye of God, but does not quite get it. Unfortunate. But his giant is coming in. Looks like we're going to see a nice city trade that is going to favor Arthur here because Bara has to sacrifice that giant to take this city. But Bara's not done. That second capital giant is headed towards the east, applying pressure, and Bara also has riding, so we're probably going to see roads, which means that in this position, Bara is not down tech. Not at all, and is going to have an attack coming in to follow up on the initial pressure. Will this be enough? Let's take a look. Bara, 6 cities, could look for Grand Bazaar, but no roads pre-capture. Maybe is looking for some more giants, some more economy. And remember, all that aggressive chopping allowed Bara to eke out those upgrades early and grab some additional stars per turn, and we're seeing that in full force here. 23 stars per turn, even though his city is getting sieged. And now the West is under pressure. Swordsmen, archers, warriors coming in, defense bonuses as well. We're going to see those low-level cities from Arthur getting challenged because his center is getting cut off here by that early push from Bara. And if Arthur can't hold on to those cities in the West, he's going to be in deep, deep trouble because he needs those to be able to drain units from, to be able to apply pressure to the center of Bara's position. So will Arthur be able to hang on? We shall see. That 40 HP giant is looking menacing here. And not sure there's a great way to deal with it other than throwing a lot of archers at it. And yes, Arthur going to be able to assemble a nice archer line here, going to be able to get another giant in capital with farming. We're seeing so many potential giants for Arthur, but Free Spirit Ruin! Free Spirit Ruin! Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the first, it is the second clutch Free Spirit Ruin on this channel. But Bara needed that so desperately because now we are going to see knights from Bara at the critical moment in this game where Arthur's archers are all clumped up and he needs every single one to defend this position. Knight in capital, nothing else. This attack is coming in strong as ever for Bara, who needed that Free Spirit Ruin to maintain pressure. Is Arthur going to be able to hang on? Lighthouse coming in, giant sliding in to defend this city, but it's going to fall this turn. Simply does not have enough units around to defend. And look at Arthur. Beautiful spacing of these archers thus far. If he can keep that up, he's going to hang on to the position. But look at this chain. If he trains a unit in his central city, that is a 4-unit chain. Knight coming in for Bara. The chain is coming in into the vet sword boat. And now we're going to see the West City falling as well to the vet sword. Nice chain, nice vet for Bara. Is the siege going to hold? Unlikely, but that vet sword in the West probably will. And Bara is going to be able to take Arthur's West cities here. And he's capturing in the East. It is looking increasingly grim for Arthur, who's got this giant in the center as his last hope. If he can take this city from Bara, at least for a few turns, that is going to alleviate so much pressure. Unable to re-siege in the East because of the lost archers, and there is another 3-unit chain he's leaving open. Despite all of Arthur's advantages, having farming, having those late game giants coming in, the pressure from Bara from that initial attack is proving devastating. Can Arthur recover? If he can stabilize here, he's in a super strong position going into the mid and end game. But Bara is absolutely not done. There's another veteran knight, the 15 HP giant, hanging on to that East City. Units getting sacrificed. Bara saying, I think I can unsiege in the East. And he's going to unsiege in the center with the Gate of Power. Bara hanging on to the center as well and capturing in the West. Is this going to be the end of the game? We shall see. Let's see if Bara can hang on to the position under Arthur, who's coming in with 2 giants. Most likely another giant coming in from Arthur with those 3 farms on his 3rd city. Swordsman landing to protect this rider, but he can't quite kill that veteran knight. But light on units this turn. Is Arthur full greed and gonna need everything he can possibly get if he wants to be able to hang on to the position? But trade for Bara, and now we're seeing him closing the game out. Will Arthur be able to find something here? 26 HP giant siege. Rider comes in to block. 15 HP giant backs up. Is this going to be enough for Arthur, or is this going to be the end? Knight comes in, chaining that 8 HP rider into the giant, and there's the unsiege. If you're Arthur, this is devastating. Mathematics ruin for Bara as well. It could not get any better. And Arthur is going to resign. Oh, Beautiful game, only 18 turns, but thrilling mid-game combat. You love to see it. Well played to both players. Beautiful execution from Bara, the efficiency in the chopping, the Free Spirit Ruin coming at the right time, going straight into Knights, the early Giants to apply pressure to a Yadak who otherwise would have snowballed, and a gorgeous Giant pop from Arthur, that pre-placed road, chef's kiss. You love to see it. This is why these games are showcased. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see more of this type of content, please subscribe to the PolyTitans channel. Leave a comment on what your favorite moment from the game was and any feedback or thoughts. We hope to see you in the next one. Until then, peace and have a good one.